In this video, I'm going to break down Alex Hormozi's exact Facebook ad strategy that he's currently using to scale his portfolio companies to over 200 million a year, and the exact methods that he used to generate $105 million cash collected in 3 days on his book launch, with only $3 million in ad spend. The crazy thing is that he's constantly teaching his methods online for free, but the problem is, his strategies are scattered across hundreds, if not thousands of hours of content, from his books to his courses on acquisition.com to his workshops, podcasts, YouTube videos, the list goes on. And if you wanted to learn all of his strategies from scratch, you'd have to spend days watching and reading Hormozi's content. To save you some time, I've spent the last few weeks doing a deep dive dissecting exactly what Hormozi is doing with his Facebook ads right now and what his strategy looks like. I'll go over the 4 main parts of his ad strategy, but more importantly, I'm going to show you what you, as a business owner, can actually replicate, but also what you can't. Because most people overlook this one simple, crucial thing. They try to copy Hormozi without taking into account that they don't have his brand, they don't have his budget, and they don't have his team. The reason that I know that and understand it is because I've personally managed over 13 million in ad spend, and for the last few years my agency has been in the trenches scaling 50 plus businesses using these exact kind of strategies. We've taken businesses from zero to $1 million plus cash collected in 90 days from ads, and we know what works, but we also know what the average business owner can and can't replicate. If you're ready to understand what's actually working in Facebook ads right now and how you can apply it to your business, listen up. Section 1, the principles. You need to know how Hormozi thinks about Facebook ads, because if you just try and copy his tactics without really understanding his underlying mindset, then you're just going to burn through a whole load of money, get frustrated and quit. There are 4 core principles that you need to burn into your brain. The first is volume is king, or as Hormozi calls it, more better new. Most people create 3, maybe 5 ads when they're starting out, and they launch them and they don't get results, and they start saying that Facebook ads just don't work, or they don't work for me. Meanwhile, Hormozi is testing hundreds of creatives. He is pumping ridiculous volume at any given time. Here's what that looks like in practice and how it can apply to you.
So most people think, oh, I can't scale my ads past $1,000 a day, or I can't scale my ads past $10,000 a day, or I can't scale my ads past $100,000 a day. Insert whatever number you want. They think that the platform has capped them. The platform wants to take your money. They have not capped you. What is actually capped is how good your ad is. You have an ad that can only go to this warm of an audience, and then as soon as it gets outside of that warm of an audience, it stops converting. So the difference is between the top 1% of Facebook advertisers versus everybody else, they split test 11 times more content than everyone else. And for that reason, they're able to scale 10 times, 100 times more. So the fact that you can't scale your advertising isn't because of the platform, it's because your ads aren't good enough.
See, you can't outspend the market, but you can outtest them sometimes. And the person who tests the most wins, period. Principle number 2. Brand building does the heavy lifting. Hormozi's ads work so well because of his insane organic reach. His content, his YouTube videos, his podcast, his short form. He's got millions of followers across everything, and it all builds trust and social proof before people even see his ads. He is his own social proof. How many people do you know, and you yourself have probably gotten so much value for his content, so you already are bought into who he is and what he can do. This is the biggest mistake that people make when trying to copy him. They see his 18-second selfie videos and think, yeah, I could do that, but you can't. Not yet anyway, because you just don't have his brand. For a normal business owner, you must front load your social proof in your ads and talk about it as much as you possibly can. That's why your ads will probably need to be longer than his, because you have to build that trust and credibility right there itself in the ad or in the funnel. Principle 3, proof over crazy offers. This kind of ties into the last point, right? Where instead of just making some ridiculous guarantee or crazy offer, Hormozi does a combination where he focuses on showing proof on the front end as well. He is his own case study, shows the results, the testimonials and everything else, the millions that he's made and the success that he's had. And this resonates with people far more than hype. Your results are your currency on the ad platform, so you have to show, not just tell. And principle number 4, FOMO, urgency, and scarcity are the biggest levers. This is the trend that I'm seeing more than anything right now heading into 2026 and the rest of 2025 is that people are terrified of missing out. For his book launch, Hormozi offered a ton of free resources that were only available if you joined the live event. You had to be there or you'd miss out. That's FOMO. And when he was on there, it was selling out, and that was the urgency. And it works like crazy when you do it right. With that in mind, let's get tactical. I'm going to break down the 5 core components of Hormozi's Facebook ad strategy that you can start using today. Tactic 1. The hook strategy. So Hormozi follows the 80-20 rule religiously, which is that 80% of an ad's performance comes from the first 3 to 5 seconds. The hook. Logically, you should be spending 80% of your time crafting and testing hooks. What makes a Hormozi hook different? It's intrigue heavy, not benefit heavy. A normal ad hook might say, learn how to get 50 new leads for your business. A Hormozi hook says, after working with 1,000+ business owners, I've noticed there's one common theme that separates the entrepreneurs who scale fast and the ones who stay trapped for years. The difference is massive there. The first one is a boring promise. The second one creates a story gap. It makes you lean in. You have to know what that one thing is. It's just pure intrigue. It makes you feel like an idiot if you don't know. Here's another one that he's running. If you're a home service business owner, you're probably facing this one problem. It hooks you in because you need to know what the problem is.
And so the call out is whatever you do to get the attention of the audience. And so these are labels, yes questions, if-then statements, and ridiculous results. So labels would be an example if I said, hey, are you a homeowner? Do you own a home over $400,000 a year? Yes questions are, do you sweat at night? Do you toss and turn? These are implied yes questions. Someone says, yeah, that's me. Oh, I do that. Do you snore a lot? Do you sleep with your mouth open? Do you wake up with cotton mouth in the middle of the night? Do you always have a water thing next to your bed? Ah, that is me, right? All of a sudden, these are yes questions. We were like, yeah, that's me, right? These are 2 different examples of call-outs. If-then statements. If you are born between 1974 and 1885, then you may qualify for mesothelioma, whatever the thing, right? The thing is if you were in this area at this time, you may X, right? It's if-then statements. And mind you, that's for a lawsuit, but fundamentally it works the same way. If, then. And then finally, you have ridiculous results. Gym in Colorado opens first day, overfilled, has to refund customers because they can't fit them all. Well, if I'm a gym owner, I would be interested in that. And then I might read more. And so I got the call out, I got the right person. So these are the 4 most common, or at least the ones that I find work best to get call outs that work. So labels that they identify with, yes questions or things that they would nod their head up and down to, if-then statements, and then ridiculous results.
Here's the formula you can use. Identify one specific problem your target market has, tease the answer, but don't give it away in the hook, and use pattern interrupts to grab attention. Things like case studies, after working with X amount of clients, social proof, or even comedic elements. Yes, he literally runs ads of himself flexing with romantic music, and they work.
Didn't see you there. Are we on? Oh, shoot. Okay, well.
And here's your action plan for your next ad. Don't write one hook, write 10. Test them all at the same time with the same ad creative. The market will tell you which one is the winner. Then just double down on that and scale from there. Section 3, Tactic 2. The ad kaleidoscope strategy. Now this leads us perfectly into the next tactic, which is one of Hormozi's secret weapons, which he gives away in the Goated Ads Framework book. It's how he achieves that insane volume that we talked about without his team burning out and making sure that he has good creative efficiency. Because everybody's talking about how important it is to test variety of creatives. You might have heard that before in the past, but what a lot of people aren't focusing on is how to get good creative production efficiency and then good ad testing efficiency as well. Because when you're building volume of creatives, then how much variance and how many angles that you create within those and how many different hooks and pain points you can trigger when you have one creative building session, that is also going to determine how successful your ads are and how much you can beat out the competition in terms of efficacy of creative production. This ties into that amazingly. The concept is simple but powerful, and it will save you a ton of time and money and help you find winners way faster than the traditional way of doing things. You take the same ad with the same winning hook and message, and you create a ton of tiny variations of that exact same ad. This will massively increase the shelf life. Same message, different executions. How do you make these variations? You might be wondering. And here's 4 simple ways that you can easily do this. For starters, you can just change the filter. Instead of having like a black and white filter on it, you can add a color graded filter on it. Or you can simply change the speed, run the exact same ad at 1.25x speed. Another great thing to do is change the props. So record it again holding a different subject, or edit the headline at the top of the ad. Maybe change the settings, so record the exact same script in your car and then your office and then walking outside.
And so you're getting all these new ads, but the real money is, okay, I have this one winner, and I'll give you a story. I had an ad that we called the Kale ad. So Kale was our GM, and he made this ad before he was the GM. And it was this beautiful, this perfect testimonial, and he couldn't have planned it any better. He had like the gym behind him, he had his wife with him. He was like, we were 2 months from shutting our doors, but you can see the gym full. He's like, and within 4 months, it was completely full. 18 months I had it, in 6 months I had it completely outsourced. By 18 months I sold the whole gym, and I was losing money, and I was working a full-time job just to pay the bills at the gym. And this many months later, it was all great, right? Now, when we had that ad, I made about 100 versions of that ad. So I made a black and white version. I did a sepia filter version. I reordered the back end. We swapped out hooks. I put different headlines. I put different subheads. I changed the fonts. I ran it with different ad copy. I will use and abuse it until it doesn't work at all. And so when you have your winners, you usually just need to run them way longer, way harder in a lot of different variations so you can squeeze way more out of it.
Now, why does this work so well? Because the Facebook algorithm craves new creatives, but you don't always need a brand new message. This strategy feeds the algorithm novelty without you having to reinvent the wheel every single day. Oh, and here's some source on how production value factors into all of this. Hormozi runs mostly selfie style ads, just him with his iPhone recording himself. Now, he does do high production value ones as well, but he tests both, and it goes against a lot of the things that old school gurus tell you about needing high production value ads. His ads are 90% video and they're short, sometimes even below 20 seconds. Here's your action plan for tactic 2. Take your best performing ad right now. This week, create 5 new variations using the kaleidoscope method. A different filter, faster speed, a new location, and maybe a different prop in your hand. Launch them all and see which one wins. Maybe they're all going to win. And then rinse and repeat. And for even better results, combine this with tactic 1 to find the best winners that are going to scale you to the moon. Section 4, tactic 3. Industry specific micro targeting. For the next tactic, here's something that you would probably miss if you just went and scrolled through Hormozi's ad library. He's not just running generic ads to his entire audience. He's running industry-specific micro-targeting and segmentation. Think of your entire target market as like one big pizza. Hormozi serves ads that might resonate with the whole pizza, sure, but he also cuts out individual slices and serves their message tailored just for them. For example, you'll see ads that start with, if you're a home service business owner, or if you own a professional services company, or
if you're a business owner doing over $1 million a year and you find yourself stuck working in the business and not on the business, which we've all heard.
The reason why this is so powerful is really simple. Higher relevance means a higher click-through rate, and a higher click-through rate tells Facebook that your ad is good, which lowers your CPMs. And your lower CPMs mean cheaper leads, and cheaper leads mean more profitable campaigns. But ultimately, it's about having resonance with the people that you know convert. It really is that simple. Here's your framework. List out 3 to 5 micro segments within your target market. For me, it's info product founders and home improvement companies. For you, it might be dentists, chiropractors. Create specific ad variations for each of them. Use their language and really do the research to understand how they talk and what they do. Look at your past sales calls if you need some inspiration. Call out their specific pain points and run these alongside your more generic ads and track which segment converts the best. This is how Hormozi finds hidden pockets of profit in his markets, and this should be exactly what you should be doing too. Section 5, tactic 4, the landing page and offer formula. So we've looked at how you can follow Hormozi strategies to master the hook, you know how to use the ad kaleidoscope, and you got your micro targeting segmentation. You've earned the click, but that's not all. You need to have the right landing page and funnel and the right offer. Hormozi says the headline is 80% of the landing page, just like the hook is 80% of the ad. The first thing they see above the fold is critical, but if you know what to do, this isn't actually that difficult. His landing page structure is simple, but it's insanely effective. You start off with an intrigue-heavy headline, like the secret loophole that is allowing 9-to-5 workers to break out of their handcuffs and earn 10K a month in 90 days. Or learn the one key secret to real Instagram growth. or the 2 lines of code that are going to increase your ad performance 20%. Below that, video sales letter. This can be anywhere from 4 to 5 to 10 minutes long. I've seen both work. And in this, the goal here is to frame the prospect, agitate the pain, and make them take that next action that you want them to take, which is most of the time for VSL funnels to book in a call. Next, you'd want to list out your FAQs. Hormozi in some of his funnels is dropping the price, so adding bonus inside of FAQs. You can copy this for your funnel if you want to, and you want to have one clear CTA. This is the whole point of having a funnel, is to get them to take that one next step. And for the extra cautious people who haven't booked a call or clicked a CTA, after the first 4 parts of the landing page, you'll want to throw tons of testimonials and social proof, so that you can convince them to take that next step. Make this an absolute wall of your best case studies that puts so much evidence of your offer working that your leads feel like they have no choice but to book in with you or to buy your stuff. But the real magic is part 2 of this, which is Hormozi's offer strategy. This is where he uses those levers of FOMO, urgency, and scarcity to drive attention.
But if your ad is a certain color and a certain person and uses certain words, make sure the landing page uses the same words and same colors and same person. Simple stuff, right? But people don't do it. And the more steps you get someone or ask someone to go through, the fewer people will do it. But the more qualified the leads will be.
This is where he absolutely crushes everybody else. So how can you apply this? Here's the framework that we use for our clients, especially in home improvement. Number 1, run monthly offer cycles. So we create an offer that is only valid for the current month. For example, our October special ends on the 31st. Number 2, limited spots. We use real scarcity, so we only have the capacity to do 20 new installs this month. Number 3, deadline-based urgency. So this could look like a countdown timer on the landing page showing when the offer expires, or it can just be talking about how once an offer is finished, that it's not coming back again, or that this isn't the only time in order to actually take action and get the benefits of it. And number 4, run exclusive bonuses. For example, the first 10 people to book a call or to book an appointment get a free bonus worth X. This exact combination generates a ton of motivation for people to act now instead of thinking about it. Section 6, what you can't replicate and what you can. We've covered a lot, and at this point you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, or maybe you're thinking, but Ali, like, I'm not Hormozi. And you're right. So let's be really clear about what you can't and shouldn't try to replicate. At least for you now, you realistically can't replicate his massive brand recognition. He's a celebrity in the business world, his documented story, everyone knows his journey, and it's because he's been diligently running his podcast for more than 3 years, and his organic content volume. The man literally has a whole media company behind him. If you were to just try and copy his ads without those things, then it would just be an absolute recipe for failure. But here's what you can replicate starting today. Number 1, the ad kaleidoscope approach. You can create variations of your ads. Number 2, the hook first strategy. You can spend more effective time on your hooks. Number 3, the intrigue heavy messaging. You can create curiosity. Number 4, the FOMO, urgency, scarcity in your offers. You can create deadlines and pull on those levers. Number 5, the selfie style low production ads. You can use your iPhone. Number 6, the industry specific targeting. You can speak directly to your niche. And number 7, the proof of promise focus. You can and should showcase your results.
I would recommend that you don't skip ads. So I don't have any premium memberships, I don't think, to any platforms. And when you're trying to consume or learn an industry, you should click on every ad of people in that industry, in your industry, so that your newsfeed is filled up with that. Don't let it hurt your ego. You're learning. And there's no better school of advertising than what's working right now today. And so I would highly recommend that you don't do premium subscriptions that make you skip the ads. And I would recommend clicking on every ad you possibly can so that you start getting targeted by more of them until eventually your whole newsfeed is ads, so that the highest value thing in your newsfeed is what you learn from everyone else. What it has done for me is it has transformed what used to be a nuisance into an ever-learning experience for me. So actually advertising in general now, I get value from both the content that I'm watching and the interruption because I learn from both. And so that's one of the unique things that we can do to make our lives just a lot better as advertisers, because like now, things that people see as a nuisance for us is just school.
So at the end of the day, the key insight is you can't copy Hormozi's brand. He's built a moat, but you can copy some of his tactics and make a ton of money doing so. One of the main differences is that you will need to front load more proof and credibility in your ads because people don't know who you are the same way that they know who he is. So your ads might need to be 45, 60 seconds, even a few minutes versus his 20 seconds because you have to build that trust from scratch. But the underlying framework is the same and it works. And that is Alex Hormozi's complete Facebook ad strategy. Look, like, this isn't a magic bullet. Hormozi makes it look easy because he's been doing this for years and has a massive team, brand, and budget. But if you're running ads for your business right now, you can start implementing these tactics today. Just understand the context and apply the framework to your own situation. And if you are running an info product or home improvement business and you want my team and I to help you implement this level of strategy, that's literally what we do all day at Stratus Digital. We're responsible for generating our clients over $100 million in revenue, and we're actively working with multiple 8-figure and 9-figure companies. So we know what works. If you want a team to handle everything for you, from the offer to the funnel to the handling of the ads, all the way down to identifying and handling every bottleneck in your marketing and sales, click the first link in the description where you can learn more. And if you don't want to work with a team and you just want to learn more, that's fine too. Click here to check out the next video to go deeper down the rabbit hole and learn more about how to run Facebook ads properly so you can grow and scale your business without blowing tons of ad spend on things that don't work.